Okay, let's chat. But bear with me because I promise you, someone needs to hear this today. And maybe, just maybe, that someone is you. I always feel a little torn about doing videos like this. One, because I'm from Boston and I can just be a little spicy for some people. But two, some people just aren't ready to hear the message. And that's okay if that's you, but continue at your own risk. This video is for the people who can handle my tough love videos and are ready to hear this message.
I'm still trying to figure out where I like filming in this apartment. This room is very quiet, but I just wish I had a little couch in here, to be honest, because like these videos feel like I'm chatting with a friend. So it's like I want to be in that comfy vibe with a cup of tea, you know? That's the vibe I want to be in. When I'm sitting in this office desk chair, it feels like I'm like giving a presentation, you know what I mean? We're just hanging out, pretend I'm on a couch.
You are clinging to an identity that's not serving you. End of sentence. No, it's not the end of the sentence. We're going to continue, but that's the overall theme of this video. But I feel like once I get into my groove, the spiciness is going to come out. I get very passionate about these things, okay? I still love you. I'm just saying that now. I am so tired of the society that we live in that literally glamorizes treating yourself like shit. We just like laugh it off and make jokes and memes about it. And it's just this world of self-deprecating humor. The laughing it off, all the memes, I'm just sick of it. And don't get me wrong, there was a time and place when I was eating it up. I was all about that life, okay? I was the one sending all the memes. I was laughing it off. Oh, I'm so lazy. I was laughing off all of my self-sabotaging behaviors. But I just got to a point where I was sick of my own shit. Because it's not cool to treat yourself like shit, and I'm done entertaining it. And that's what this video is. This video is me putting it out there to the universe that I am
done entertaining this bullshit.
Can I get a clap in the comments? And I feel like I could do a whole video on that whole situation about our society and self-deprecating humor and how it's just gone too far. But that's not what this video is about. I really want to dig into another layer of this. The whole concept of our identity and how we label ourselves and how we can cling to a label that is not serving us just because it's all we've ever known and it's comfortable. Just think of it. Have you ever said things like, and I definitely have, so you're not alone,
I'm just a lazy person. I'm just a procrastinator. I have no self-control. I wish I was motivated. I could never do that. I'm just not a gym person. I'm just not a morning person.
Put all of these labels that we use to define ourselves and we take it as a fact of life that could never change. And that's just not true. These things can change. Maybe you're not feeling motivated today. That doesn't mean you can't feel motivated tomorrow. Maybe you're not a gym person right now in this season of your life. That doesn't mean you can't be a gym person in a year from now. Things can change and we need to stop taking these things as facts that can never change. It's set in stone from now till the end of time because that's just not how it works. And by doing so, you're actually holding yourself back. If you're out there and you're doing any of the behaviors that I have said and you're happy with it, that's a whole different story. I'm talking about the people who want better for themselves and know that the behaviors they are allowing are not serving them and want more for themselves. Like, that's who this video is for, so don't come for me in the comments. It's these statements I feel can be such a slippery slope because what happens when we say these things over and over and over again is that they start to become our reality and our brain takes that on as our reality and as like concrete facts that can never change. When in reality, maybe we're just having a lazy day. Maybe we're just having a lazy moment. And I wouldn't even call it lazy because we need rest. Like, we were designed to have rest in our lives. This brings up the whole issue of hustle culture in our society, which is a whole other layer of all of this. But maybe there's a reason today that you're feeling particularly not motivated or quote unquote lazy. You know, maybe you got a crappy night's sleep like I did last night and you're not feeling motivated to do all the things that you set out to do today. That is completely normal. That is okay. But that doesn't have to be your reality every single day. And you don't have to accept that as your reality every single day. But to completely take that on as your identity, as I'm not a motivated person. I lack motivation always. We're kind of just creating your own self-fulfilling prophecy. And of course, there are just lazy people out there that just don't care and are happy to be that. That's fine, 100%. Do you. You gotta do you. This is your life, your one life, okay? Do you. 100,000,000%. I always say I'm lazy in the kitchen. But am I really lazy in the kitchen? No, I get in the kitchen every single day. I just don't like to always spend hours cooking. So I tend to lean towards quick, convenient meals. Does that mean I have to sacrifice my health? Hell no.
I'm getting so sidetracked because there's so many layers to this. I just feel like there's so many layers to this. Like, I feel like I could do a whole series just on, like,
self-sabotage and behaviors and mindset. I still try to make sure I'm balancing out my nutrition, even though I don't like to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So that is, like, the difference, you know? So you can say, like, I'm just lazy in the kitchen, so that's why I can't eat healthy. Like, no, that's not why you can't eat healthy. You can't eat healthy because you're not making better choices. Not because you're lazy in the kitchen, because I'm lazy in the kitchen. I still find a way to get veggies on my plate. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves, are we using these statements as a cop-out? Like, are we saying I'm not a gym person as a reason to not move our bodies at all? Are we saying we have no self-control as a way to excuse our lack of boundaries? Like, these are getting spicy, I know, because, like, hashtag they're relatable. But someone has to say it, okay? Someone has to say it. And I mean, think about it. How many people do you have in your life that are willing to call you out on your own shit right now? If today it has to be me, then okay, I'm gonna be the bad guy today. I will wear that hat right now. I still love you. I still want the best for you. I want the best for everyone. That's why I'm here making this video. Maybe someone will take even 1% of anything I've said in this video and apply it to their life and make some positive changes. That, my job here is done. That is my hope in all of this, that someone can take something away, 1% of this video away, and use it to improve their life. But listen, I'm not perfect, okay? I am on this journey with you. I'm sharing the things and the insights and the mindset things that are helping me make positive changes. But I'm still in the thick of it, making those changes myself. But this whole concept has hugely impacted my life in such a positive way. It deserved a video on my channel, okay? And I just think that we all need that tough love from time to time. So
here it is.
The goal of this video is to not make you feel like shit about your life or what you're doing or your choices. It's to create awareness. Like, ooh, I am doing that actually. Maybe the next time you do it, you'll catch yourself. And it might, with time, the more that you create awareness of how often you do it, maybe with time, you'll start to shift those behaviors. You maybe start making different choices. Maybe your language around how you talk about yourself will start to shift. All I can do is point you in the right direction of the things that have helped me and help create awareness in your own life, and you get to choose what you do with that information and how you choose to implement that into your life. But remember, you're allowed to not feel motivated. You're allowed to not like going to the gym. You're allowed to have slow days. But what is not serving you is using these statements to make yourself feel better about totally disrespecting yourself. The hard truth. I like to hold on to this saying, just because something is all you've ever known doesn't mean it can be all you ever have. And I just think it's such a amazing reminder that, like, things can change. Maybe you've always believed this, but that doesn't mean you always have to believe that. You can shift your belief system at any given time in life. And I think that that's such a freeing concept. You know, a good example for me is I grew up very overweight. I didn't do sports in school. I wasn't an athletic person, you know what I mean? And I didn't really have any athletic people in my family. I had never stepped foot in a gym, and I could have gone the rest of my life living with the identity of I'm just not an athletic person. No one in my family is athletic. I never did sports. Like, I could have run with that storyline and lived that way till the end of time, till I died. I could have decided to never give my body the movement that it deserves and that we all need. But just because I didn't know a life that involved regularly moving my body in a way that felt good for me did not mean that I could never know what that felt like. It did not mean that I could not shift my mindset and actions to do differently. And that's exactly what I did. I wanted better for myself. I wanted better for my future. I wanted better for the people around me. Because ultimately, how you choose to show up in this world directly or indirectly impacts the people around you. And a lot of us don't like facing that fact. A lot of us choose to ignore the reality of looking at what version of us is staring back at us in the mirror.
Did I say that right? Does that make sense?
We don't want to see what's looking back at us in the mirror. We don't want to see that version because it's like subconsciously we know that we're treating ourselves like shit. Subconsciously we know we're self-sabotaging. We know that we are disrespecting ourselves. And we don't want to acknowledge that because that's painful. Like, I've done it. I know it. I know, like, you're not alone in this. But I deeply wanted more for myself in my life. I started small. I started doing small walks after dinner, and that shifted over time. My journey with movement shifted over the years. I braved the gym and got more comfortable in the gym. Then I started trying out running and built up to running 5Ks. I got to a point where I got excited to see what my body was capable of. Now I'm loving my home workout journey, which I didn't always love. I had to find ways to fall in love with moving my body again since my injury. And so this journey has shifted with time, but I found different ways to fall in love with it. It will probably continue to shift as I age. But the point is, I shifted my narrative. I decided what I wanted that identity to look like. Instead of living in this mindset of like, this is the identity I've been given, there is nothing I can do about it, and just accepting that as fact. I just feel like that's such a passive way to live life, is feeling like you have absolutely no say in this. Removing yourself from the equation. There's nothing I can do about this. That's just how I am, and this cannot change, and it's out of my control. That just takes all sort of accountability from you, because you're putting it in external things. I've just been created to treat myself like shit, especially when it's making you miserable, especially when you want more for yourself, especially when you're just not happy with how you're treating yourself. I feel like, okay, then something's gonna change. At that point, I just decided it wasn't about being lazy. It wasn't about being motivated. I just decided I wanted to be someone who moved their body in a way that felt good for them. You know, not everyone loves moving their body in the same way. I think that's the beauty about it. I'm using like movement in my wellness journey as an example because that's the closest thing that I can find to relate to right now on the top of my head. I feel like this can apply to so many different things in life, and you can take this example and apply it to whatever situation you might have going on. But the hard truth is that I believe that self-sabotage is a choice. Clinging to an identity that is not serving you is a choice. You get to choose to acknowledge your actions, to set boundaries in place, and to start to take actions to try and shift them. That's on you, no one else. But you have to want it for yourself. You have to stand up and say that I want better for myself. I want better for my life. I want better for my future. And I want to show up in the world as a better version of me. You have to be willing to look deeper at the bigger picture of this all. I believe that our actions are a ripple effect to everyone in our lives, whether it be physically or virtually through a screen. The people that you are consuming in your day-to-day life, on and offline, how you show up in the world has a ripple effect. Think of it, a lot of us have someone we are setting an example for, whether we're parents or not, indirect or not. Because we live in a world where people are more likely to go and do something for someone else than they are for themselves, I want to throw this out here to you. Think of the people in your life who love you or look up to you. Who do you want to be for them? How do you want to show up in this world? What behaviors do you want them to see you enabling or shifting? I think more importantly, who do you want to be for yourself? Because that matters too. Would you want these behaviors that you're maybe not so proud of, but also enabling? Would you want that for them? The treating yourself like shit, the self-sabotage, the self-deprecating humor. Would you want that for them? And that is a hard pill to swallow. Like, damn, these are my words. I'm the one saying this, and I feel that. I feel that. So I hope someone else out there feels that too, because this shit is real. This is your life. This is your future. Like, I don't know what is more important than that. What is more important than that? I just don't know. All of this to say that whatever identity you are clinging to today, you do not have to continue living by that identity, especially if it's not serving you. You can change it, and you can start right now. Will it be easy? No. But does that mean you don't even bother trying? Also no. Because we are worth the journey of treating ourselves better, of honoring our bodies, and creating a version of us that gives a damn about how we show up in the world. Because it does matter. It does have an effect on the people around us. It has an effect on you and the quality of life that you live. It matters, it matters, it matters. And that's my message for today. Let me know if this resonated with you at all, or if you have anything that you would like to respectfully add to the conversation. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the subscribe button, and I hope to see you tuning in to another video soon. Bye!